So, because this load of crap was not enough, we now have Snow White, Latina, and 7 diverse people. Folks, this is Fernando doing another video for the Modern Survivalist and Gem Reviews. Yes, both my channels. Gem Reviews is a channel I have about video games, movies, and the Modern Survivalist. My channel, you can subscribe to either one if you're not familiar with them. And this is one of those points in which they both come together. So what is it that we're dealing with here? Well, same as always, the cultural Marxist war of destruction of Western society, basically. Yes, it's as dramatic as it sounds. I'm not kidding. This is not a joke. That's why they insist so much with not making characters about black or brown or Latino or Asian people. No, they're looking to destroy what already exists. Do you see the difference between making something new, something creative? There's plenty of creative people out there. Believe it or not, there's people capable of inventing new stories, new fairy tales. You can do that. The idea here is not, entertaining. No, the idea is destruction of what is already known, okay? So basically what we have here is that new photos from Snow White's live-action remake reveal a politically correct version of the 7 Dwarfs. And I would say there's really little left here that's politically correct. This is more about brainwashing people. We have this woman that is obviously from a mixed ethnicity. I think her mother is from Colombia or something like that. So we have a brown girl that is pretending to be Snow White. It is in the damn name. She's supposed to be an extremely fair-skinned German princess. Oh, no, but it's the same. No, it's not. She's not Snow White. She's not white, and she's definitely not the fairest of them all, the whitest skinned princess of them all. But because that's not enough in terms of gaslighting you into thinking whatever it is that you're being told like a freaking zombie, you now have, instead of having 7 dwarves, you have 7 diverse, gendered, ethnically mixed creatures. There's only one little people dwarf that could, kind of play that role. And I mean, this is beyond insanity. Not only do you not have that white princess Snow White anymore, you don't even have 7 damn dwarves anymore. And this is crucial to the fairy tale itself. They were supposed to be 7 grumpy dwarves, which dwarves are precisely known for that. Dwarves are, overwhelmingly male, and even in folk and fairy tale, there wasn't pretty much any kind of female dwarves, right? There's different versions of that, but in spite of what Lord of the Ring remakes are trying to tell you, dwarves are male, and they work in fucking mines, mining and smelting ore and making great swords and armors, and that's the kind of thing dwarves are known for, right? They're these bulky, short, mythical creatures. But because we cannot have nice things anymore, we cannot have fairy tales anymore, we cannot have a Western culture anymore, it all needs to be destroyed and replaced with this. And it's actually quite well explained by this lunatic here in The Guardian. The global backlash against the Little Mermaid proves why we need a black Ariel, says this woke, whatever that stupid name is. And she actually makes a great point explaining why she wants to destroy Western society. Even if we get nothing else out of these remakes, being racially nimble with how they are cast helps both old and young audiences reimagine what our cultural icons look like. So you have to destroy your cultural icons, right? You have to, let's call it reimagine them instead. Representation is important, but we also need to separate canon from whiteness and decolonize society's sense of who children should look up to. That is key. So, who is it that children should look up to? Well, we have this thing here, and we have this. So, it would traditionally be the case that as a child in the Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, you had the princess. She was beautiful. She was something that idealized the sense of femininity, something that she was very pretty, very feminine. She was something that little girls would dress up like in Halloween, right? So you would dress up like a princess. Why? Because you were literally going to become a princess? Yeah, kind of unlikely, but still, that thing about elegance, looking nice, presenting yourself well to the world, being something that looks better, right? That was all about what you looked up to in terms of being a child and reading about Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And what about little boys? Well, the little boy would want to be like the prince, the brave, manly prince, that he also is courageous. He wields his sword, and the little boys would play with wooden swords. And you would look up to these characters as, something that you would aspire to in your own way. Right? But all of that needs to be destroyed. The princess cannot be saved by men anymore. Disney had made that abundantly clear. And instead, we have to explain children how you can be gender fluid, non-binary, non-dwarf creature, right? And that's what Snow White, that is not Snow White, and the Seven Dwarfs that are not dwarves will be mostly all about. I can pretty much guarantee you that. So, mental poison for our culture being spread yet again by Disney. They obviously could not care less about money being lost, because if you look up, these are the people that print their own money. If you look at who owns Disney, you understand why they're doing these things, okay? Destruction of the Western society, that's basically what this is all about. Folks, subscribe to my channels, both of them, if you haven't done so already. See you on our next one. Take care.